Hey everyone, welcome to Pipes, Tobacco, and Whiskey. So today we've got a Sutliff blend that I've heard about, never tried it before, and this is actually my first tasting of it. And it's called Voodoo Queen. Now Voodoo Queen is an English blend made by Sutliff Tobacco Company. It's got Burley, Latakia, Perique, and Virginias in it. It says it has no flavorings, but the description as it reads says something about mocha slices. Yeah. I don't know what mocha slices are, guys.
We looked. We can't figure it out.
Did it say mocha slices or mocha slices? I'm not sure what exactly that is. If you guys have an idea, I would be interested in hearing about it. It says that this is a ribbon cut, but I'm also finding pieces of broken flake in there too, so it's kind of a cross between that chunky ribbon and broken flake.
Yeah.
I got this in bulk, got it from smokingpipes.com. The strength on this is medium, the flavoring on this is mild, taste is medium, and we'll jump right on in and give you our thoughts about this one. So here we go. What's your thought on the tin note on this one?
Let's see. It does. I am not, and just like it smokes and just like it smells, I'm not getting that much of an English forward blend that I thought I would. You know, most of the English blends that we smoke or that I've ever at least had a tin note of, you can sense a very heavy Latakia presence, or you can just at least get the smokiness of the Latakia. I get a very good woody, but it's very light smoky, very light on the smoky, compared to a lot of other English blends we've tried. It's very light.
I mean, I've read that this one is supposed to be a rich and full-bodied smoke, but if I'm going by the tin note, to me the tin note is just a moderate scent.
Yeah.
I get a little bit of the spiciness from the Perique, just a little bit, but I get a little woody, hardly any smokiness.
Hardly any smokiness. Yeah, it's just
I get Virginia mostly coming out of this. Some grassy haze, maybe some light citrus smells in there. I get a little bit of nuttiness in there. You probably saw me kind of take a waft of the scent of the smoke after I lit it, because I felt like I got some nutty smells right there. But as far as this being an English blend, if it is, and we're going to get into it, it's not heavy.
It's not very heavy.
It's not a heavy one.
I wouldn't,
at all.
and even compared to some of the English aromatic blends we've tried, or the lighter ones that we've said this is an entry level English blend, this is still lighter than those tobaccos that we've tried so far on the Latakia side.
Now,
having said that, it's on the Latakia side. There are some other flavors that are more pungent.
Getting my nose into this, really digging in, I might be able to pick out some topping of some sort in there, but it's really, really faint. It's difficult to, I don't know, take a whiff of that. I don't know. It's difficult to find. If it is an English, it's a Virginia forward English.
Very, very, very.
And it's really light on the Latakia.
Yeah, it's got something else in it. I mean, I know they say they don't have any toppings. What is it that they said they didn't have any flavorings or toppings in it?
There's no flavorings. But as I light it for the third time, there's something
in there. There's something in there. And if they're really not adding any flavorings to the tobacco, it's something. It's one of the tobaccos. That's
and here we go, Voodoo Queen. It's got some voodoo magic in there going on.
There we go.
Because already the third light, which I'm trying, first light was charring light, second light was trying to get it going. I set it down. Third light, there's something different.
There's something different.
There's something different there. A little bit of a hint of a flavoring in there. Maybe a slight rum, maybe a slight anise, or kind of a light licorice kind of. Maybe that mocha slice, kind of a chocolatey coffee going on.
Well, yeah, we're getting into the taste on it, and that's where I said, there's not a very heavy Latakia presence when it comes to the taste of this tobacco, but there's a lot of other flavors, very darker, deeper flavors that I would say, okay, that's what makes this akin to an English blend. You still get a full smoke where it's very deep and it's very thick smoke, but I'm not tasting Latakia.
I'll tell you, the flavor is bolder, thicker than the scent is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But again, the Latakia is barely sticking its head out. There's a little bit of smokiness in there. What I'm getting in the taste is I get some of that Perique pepper kind of.
I do too, but I also get that bittersweet chocolate taste too, like a dark chocolate flavor to it, and it's just it feels heavy on my tongue, the smoke, because I have that taste and I don't know what it is about that dark chocolate flavor, but that's I'm getting a lot of it through this, and it's the same like I would get with a coffee flavor or something like that, where it's just a very thick, wholesome flavor, and that's what I'm getting out of this smoke. Not a lot of Kia flavor, but like a dark chocolate flavor. It's interesting because you're right. You don't smell it. You don't even smell it in the room note, but you taste it.
Yeah. The Burleys are actually in competition with the Virginias on this. Smelling it, I thought maybe the Virginias would be mostly the forward.
Yeah,
but the Virginias and Burleys are balancing out about equally.
Yep.
So I get a little of the nuttiness from those Burleys, get a little of that natural sweetness from the Virginias. It's a very unique and quirky English blend.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can't really put my finger on it. The typical English blends that have the smokiness of the Latakia and that tangy, sour, sweet,
tangy smokiness that
from the Orientals.
Yeah,
that's not there.
It's not present.
It's not there.
It's not there. But it's still a full-bodied. Because I will agree with that. It is a rich and full smoke. There is a lot of flavor to it. There's a lot of depth to it that I can really say, okay, now I can see where it smokes like an English and it's considered an English, because based on the smell and the tin note, it doesn't seem like an English.
This is interesting. I would be interested in trying this again in the late fall.
Yes.
When temperatures begin to drop a little bit. Here it is August with a 95 to 100 degree temperature in Texas, But still, after you exhale smoke, after you blow the smoke from your mouth, it doesn't weigh on your mouth. Mm-mm. It's like you've got that smoke in there, and that's when you're feeling that richness and thickness.
Yeah.
And then when you blow that out, it's gone. Interesting. Yep. You got anything else to add about the taste of this?
No, I think we've pretty much covered it. It is just a very interesting smoke to me. It smokes completely differently than anything I've smoked so far.
There's a slight tanginess to it. There's no Orientals in this, but there's a slight tanginess to it that might be coming from that Perique
I get more Perique.
But
That's the thing.
definitely the spice is coming through
That
with that.
burley Perique combination that they have in this, I think, is incredibly lightened up with from the smell, just the sheer amount of Virginia that's in this makes it really.
That burley in there gives it just that subtle hint of molasses.
Mm-hmm.
You know, molasses is always interesting to me because, like, I use molasses when I cook barbecue.
Yeah.
And molasses adds a level of sweetness, but it also adds a level of tangy tartness to it.
Yeah, where it's
This is
good.
really interesting. Cool. Well, what do you think about the room note?
I don't. It's hard to tell because it's not as lively as the taste. You open the tin, doesn't seem that good. You smoke it, wow. Then you get that tin note, and I'm trying to take it in. It's tolerable. I will say that it's a very tolerable scent. I just I don't know if it's strong. Can't smell what I'm smoking. You know?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a waft of it after I blow the smoke out.
It's gone. It's gone the minute
it just
you
dissipates.
exhale.
Yeah,
it's gone the minute you get done smoking.
there's ever so slightly a hint of that burly nuttiness.
Mm-hmm.
The smoky Latakia in here is almost just non-existent.
I think that's just wild. I'm trying to get a room note, and it's gone. The minute I exhale, if the smoke isn't right here, poof.
Yeah. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Different kind of English.
Yeah.
Well, not being able to really pick up on a scent, do you know if it was pleasant or tolerable or?
I'll say it's pleasant. Tolerable to pleasant. Because earlier I did say it's a tolerable scent because there is that Perique that's there, and that sometimes kind of leaves a scent that some people find offensive, I guess. But because of how quickly the smell dissipates,
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're smoking it and you're right next to the person smoking it, you could stand out 5 feet from another area of the room and you won't know what that guy's smoking because of how quickly the smell dissipates.
Interesting. This is really, really different than anything I've ever really smoked as far as an English goes.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think about the nicotine hit on this?
This one is about a moderate nicotine hit. Little more, and I think that's thanks to the burleys that are present.
Maybe some of those Periques. Too,
Yeah,
you know.
little heavier than some of the others. The hit as well as the taste make a very good full, rich smoke, and it makes you want to relax and take it easy. But everything else about this thing just seems like it's light. You're smoking air.
There's flavor.
There is flavor.
There is flavor.
There is flavor.
But it doesn't weigh on your palate. It's yeah.
It's only when you're smoking it. Only on the inhale and the exhale.
Yeah.
Do you have that the complexity that's in this, and then once it's gone.
I agree with you. This is a moderate hit on the nicotine. It's not real heavy. We got this from smokingpipes.com, and it came to us pretty much ready to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that the moisture level on it was just about right.
Yeah.
It's really not a harsh tobacco.
It's not.
There's no bite to it. There's a few rough spots here and there, but it burns pretty well. It's consistent in its flavor.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed a whole lot. After that third light that I had, it's been pretty consistent all the way through. There's a creaminess to it. Do you find that?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's I'm getting that from that. That's that dark chocolate flavor that I'm getting in it. I don't know if you're getting that, but it's very creamy, it's very thick, it's very heavy, and then it's a great flavor, and then it's just gone.
I don't get too much of that chocolate, that mocha feel, that chocolate or that coffee kind of it. I'm getting just mostly tobacco flavors.
Yeah.
From this, which is,
Not
it's
bad.
pleasant. Yeah, it's pleasant.
Good tobaccos.
Average amount of relights on this one. It could be an all-day smoke. Do you
Yeah.
agree with that?
I would say it's more of an all-day smoke if you're in an area where it doesn't hit over 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Here in Texas, you couldn't smoke this all day, every day in the middle of July and August.
A lot of people rotate their palates change with the weather.
Mine do, especially.
And I know that a lot of the guys that I listen to on podcasts and things like that, summertime they'll just smoke a lot of Virginias, and they don't smoke the English blends until it starts to roll around in late fall, in the wintertime. So, it would be interesting to try this as it cools
As a later,
off.
later in the year smoke.
Well, the cool thing about this one is that it comes in bulk. That's all you can find it in, and it's $2.38 an ounce. So it's a bargain price. It really is.
Wow.
It's a bargain price for what you're getting. This is, I'm trying to get your scent that you just blew off there. This
Hard.
is just really, really interesting. Just like New Orleans, it's unique. It's got its own kind of vibe that goes with this. It's pleasant. I like it. Different English.
Yeah. Hard to get a room note on it.
All right. Well, what do you
Still
think?
trying. Me?
Yeah. What's your bottom line on this one? What are you gonna give it?
I really want to give this a try in more of a cooler temperature. So I would say that right now my vote on it is going to be straight in the middle of 3. It's a good smoke. It's so hard to get a good feel of what's going on with it for me that I can't give it anything higher than that right now.
Yeah, it's just.
But I don't think, because of its complexity and those flavors and how interesting it is, I don't think it belongs in a below average group. That's just me, so I'm going to stick to
I bet
3.
if I smoked this 3 or 4 or 5 times,
Yeah,
it would
that's
begin
the
to
thing.
grow.
It would be one. Yeah, it's one of those ones that creeps up on you. It's not a smoke it and go, wow,
As it is right now, I would say this is a good change of pace English.
Yeah.
This is a good change of pace English, but not for my everyday rotation. If I smoke it several times, we'll see. I bought enough of it that we can kind of experiment with it. Yeah. But it might make it. It might make it in the rotation. But with all of that, as it is right now, my first impressions on this, I think I'm going to be right there with you.
With me at a 3?
At a 3, yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody was to give this to me and say, here, have this, I would smoke it.
I would, yeah.
I'm not convinced right now that I would buy some more of this, but we'll see.
But that's the thing, I bought a tobacco that I bought last year in December. I bought it this year in summer, and I hated it. I hated it. I loved it when I smoked it in the winter, and I hated it when it was hot. And I was like, oh, no. So I'm experimenting with it.
About 4 years ago, I went through a palate change where everything that I thought I liked, it revolted me. Yeah. It was revolting. I couldn't even, and so I went out and started trying new flavors and new blends, and that happens. It happens where you might go through a palate change, and you might be experiencing that right now, where the things that you just were your go-tos might be different. Who knows?
They're changing.
All right, so we give this one a 3.
3.
Here's 2. Here's 3.
I'll tell you, I might have smoked through that bowl a little too fast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that nicotine hit is going from moderate to
Medium. Yeah.
right now.
Well, for me, it's still okay. Of course, I've been smoking all day long, so this is this right here is still okay for me. What are you smoking out of today?
Me, I am smoking out of the Maestro de Paya.
Oh,
Just
is that the what was that? The Sarah?
Yeah,
The Sarah.
the Sarah.
Yeah.
Yep. Really good pipe.
Man,
Really good.
you
smoke.
cannot go wrong with Italian pipes.
Nope.
I am a one. I would say that of all of my collections, I would say that more than half of them are Italian pipes.
Somebody asked me on Facebook the other day, and didn't ask me directly, just asked one of the smoking groups that I was a part of on Facebook. He said, Denmark pipe or Italian pipe? Which one should I go with? And I went, man, you just can't beat Italian briar. It's just, I don't know what they do. It's just the climate that it's grown in is just
A lot of it is the climate.
So habitable for a good briar smoke.
A lot of it is also how, depending on how long they age that wood, and the carvers, they've got to know what they're doing with the wood to make it smoke well. But yeah. Well, I am smoking out of a Mario Pescucci. I bought this in Milan when I went there a couple of years ago, and Mario Pescucci used to carve for Maestro de Paya.
Well, so there we go.
And so he started off on his own. This one's a beautiful pipe. It's kind of an egg shape, straight grained. It's got a little bit of Italian
Staghorn, yeah.
horn on there. It's just gorgeous, and it smokes wonderfully. Every penny I spent on this one was worth it. It's just a
Good
great,
smoke.
great pipe.
Yeah.
All right, well, so for Sutliff Voodoo Queen, we give it 3 shots. Okay, not a bad,
And
interesting change.
Yeah, and I really think this would be something that would be more enjoyable when it's a little cooler. I think this would be, know what would probably be a perfect complement to this would be a campfire. In the cold, not like death cold, but in a nice 40, 50 degree temperature outside, campfire, this smoke, I bet you that would be great.
Well, what you're saying is that needs to go to the deer
that
lease
needs
with
to
us.
go to the deer lease with us.
Sounds good. All right. Well, you got anything you need to add?
Just like, comment, and subscribe, guys. We do get a lot of requests, and we still have a huge ton of requests, and we've even started receiving tobaccos now. So some of you guys have been sending us your tobaccos, and we have some other stuff too that I know Dad has sent some back.
Yeah.
Just like, here's some other ones that we've tried. We're definitely going to put yours on the rotation. And so we really appreciate you guys, and just continue to send us those comments and tell your friends about us, and anybody who's curious about getting into smoking or wanting to try pipe smoking, maybe get them hooked up with some of our reviews. We have some early smokes that are just tried and true people starting smokes, and we did some reviews on those.
I found that this community, the pipe smoking community, is probably one of the most generous, kindest group of people out there. I've been members of several different Facebook communities.
Yes, and I'm not to cut you off, but it's just a group of people that even the guy who's in charge of the community, who's doing all these other things with the community and stuff like that, everybody still has time to stop and answer a question. For a fellow smoker, everybody has time to stop and go,
And I'm also referring to the fact that we're trading tobacco.
Yeah,
we're
trading.
That's almost unheard of in certain different groups.
Yeah,
so.
you don't get that in other groups. So I gotta say, thank you guys for spending your time with us and watching these episodes. And there's enough tobacco in this world, pipe smoking wise, to spend the next 20 years if you smoked a different blend every week.
Man, it's crazy. There's
Yeah.
way too much tobacco out there
Yeah.
for me to try. I'll never get to them all.
And there's some blends that we've never heard of that some of you guys did, and we wouldn't have if you didn't tell us about it. So,
Yep, exactly. All right, well, thank you guys for watching. We do appreciate you, and don't forget,
make all your piping moments count.
have a great week, guys, and we'll see you later.
Thank you.
Bye.